attorney. We had a caller last segment, Tom from Jennison. Tom makes a very good point. He goes, why isn't anybody talking? Because everybody talks about paying off your mortgage, make extra payments, pay off the principal, pay off the principal. That's a great idea, right? And generally speaking, it's not a bad idea. But we are in we are in cloud cuckoo land, as far as a lot of this stuff goes, where the things they used to tell you make sense some of the time, but not other times. Like right now, if you've got a 8% mortgage, 8%, should you round up? Should you make extra payments on it? Darn tootin' you should. Yeah, you should. Get rid of that thing because the inflation rate is still less than 8%, and and it's close. You know what I mean? It's not so obvious, right? That paying back, in Tom's point was, if you pay back with inflated dollars, then it's actually cheaper, blah, blah, blah. Yeah, I get that. But it's not, there's not enough distance. Okay. And so if you've got a mortgage payment of 2,200 and you can round it up to 2,500, right? If you do that, then you'll pay off your mortgage a lot quicker. You'll still be around. Your future self will thank you. Okay. And what we call arbitrage opportunity is not there. Now, here's what arbitrage means. It just means if you can borrow at 2%, 3%, and a lot of you out there did, right? You refinanced back when they were giving the money away, when it was, these crazy low interest rates. And it wasn't that long ago, just a couple of years ago, right? Well, and it makes you feel uncomfortable to have debt. I get that. I really do understand. But here's, if you're, now I'm not talking the 6-8% that you're paying now. I'm talking about the 2%, 3% that you had, 3.5%, whatever, that you had before. Well, right now you can get a money market account, which you have check writing pro. You can get your money back immediately. All right. You can get your money back immediately. And you can lock in. There's one place where you can lock in a 5% interest rate for the next 6 months or so. Well, why the hell wouldn't you do that? You're only paying 2%, 3%, whatever it is, and you're getting 5% on a $100,000 mortgage. That's what arbitrage is. You're borrowing at one rate, you're loaning out at the other rate. Okay. Well, that doesn't always make sense. In fact, usually it doesn't make sense. So if you've got your mortgage at 8%, okay, then you should pay it off, because you can't get 8% reliably on your money. And you can do the S&P 500, it's always up 12%, blah blah blah. Yeah. Well, if you have an unfortunate circumstance, right, and you won't actually do it, that's the problem. Okay. So if it's close like that, if you're paying 8% and you're not covering it, then for crying out loud, don't be foolish, right? Because you won't save the money. But if you leave the money, all right, so if it's at 8%, this doesn't apply to you. If you got the mortgage back in the day and you're not selling the house, why not? Because the interest rate's so low. And if you sold this house and you go into another one, now you're going to pay 8%. You can't handle that payment. This is a real problem. This is a real problem because we got a lot of folks in houses right now that are too big for them. But normally they'd be overturning these houses, but they won't overturn. Because why? Because they're at 2% on the mortgage on this thing. The value of the house keeps going up, right? So that's a good investment and everything. And they would have to pay 8% to get into a new place, at least 8%. Okay. So it's like, oh, I can't handle that payment. The interest rate is 4 times as high. 4 times as high. That's a lot. That's a lot of money. Got it. So you're stuck in this house. Okay, but here's the thing. And Tom, the caller's point was, how come everybody isn't talking about this? Well, okay, let's talk about it. If you can get a CD at 6% or 7%, I haven't seen any 7%, but 6%, or you can put in a money market at 5%, for crying out loud, don't be paying that thing off, right? You're at 3%, 2%. So let's just say the 5 and the 3. So you got $100,000 worth of mortgage. You're paying how much interest on it? Right? 3%. That's $3,000 a year for every $100,000. $3,000 a year, just the interest. Okay. And I know there's amortization. It works kind of goofy, but let's just say it's 3%. And now you're at the money market and it's 5%. So you're $2,000 to the good, right? You're $150 a month to the good. It's free 150, $170. I can't do the math. I don't know if it's $1,800. I can do that. That's $150. So close enough, right? $160 a month, whatever it is, right? Extra. Well, that's $40 a week. What would you do with $40 a week? I'll tell you what you do. You get your estate plan done. You'd sign up for the Red Wagon Club, and and it'd be free for you, right? Because you arbitraged your income. Now, the problem with most of these things is that paying off the mortgage is one of those things that everybody kind of understands, right? And they feel good. This is what Tom was saying. Oh, they feel good about getting it paid off. Well, if you feel good, yeah, you tend to do things. So it feels good to pay off the mortgage, especially if it's a low interest rate mortgage. You can pay it off quicker. And so people will put the extra money into the mortgage, set and forget. What they won't do is actually work the arbitrage. They won't take the extra money that they would have put into their mortgage, right? They won't do this, and they won't save it. Yikes. Look, if you're going to do this, if you're going to keep your mortgage and not pay it down, all right, think about how much extra you would have paid on the mortgage to pay it down. And for gosh sakes, put it into the money market, right? Put it into a CD or something. Put it into one of those high interest rate thingies, right? And eventually things will balance out again. Maybe what if interest rates come down to 6%, right? Mortgage rates. Well, does it make sense at that point? I don't know. If you can get 4%, it seems to me, so long as you're positive on the arbitrage, so long as you're positive on what you could put the money into, then don't put it into paying off the mortgage. Plus, you can deduct the home mortgage interest, right? You can still, well, with the standard deduction, it doesn't make sense for most people, but if for you, it might make sense. This is what I was talking about all those many minutes ago when I said it depends, right? So what you should not do is rule out of hand or just assume that paying down the mortgage is a good idea. If you have a low interest rate, you really need to take a very hard look at it. I think that was Tom's point, that everybody's saying, oh, just pay it off. That's dumb. Okay, it's dumb. Don't do the dumb thing. Okay, do the smart thing. Look at it, right? And recognize if you don't have the discipline to invest the money, then just pay off the freaking mortgage. Why not? But if you do have the discipline, right, then with a low interest rate that you're locked into and a higher CD rate or money market even, then do that.